Time now to turn back to meteorologist Hannah Skye over in the Storm Alert Center on this really nice Wednesday afternoon. Hannah.
Thanks, Latrice. Beautiful blue skies, sunshine. We're anticipating our highs to get up there into the lower 70s and the upper 60s. It's going to be warmer than what it was yesterday, but we've got a pattern change, and quite the big pattern change just right around the corner. So going to see some nice conditions today and tomorrow, but come Friday, that's our next rain chances. And it's more Friday evening into your overnight Saturday. So this looks to be more of an overnight event. So we got a marginal severe threat that we're going to be keeping an eye on for our viewing area. There's a slightly higher risk a little farther out to the west. Could see some wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour unless a stronger storm moves through. And then rainfall accumulations are anywhere between 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain. So let's dig into some of these details here. There is a slight level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather that has been issued by the Storm Prediction Center for Friday already. That is for areas just outside of our viewing area, maybe kind of tinging into portions of northwestern Grundy County, but we have that marginal level 1 out of 5 risk, which has been issued for the rest of our viewing area here. Since this is 3 days out, I'm anticipating we could see some things begin to shift. Now, the primary thing that we're going to keep an eye on, actually I want to shift back to this really quickly. Farther out to the west, there is a higher chance for some strong storms that could give some gusty straight line winds. That is the primary threat, maybe some hail, but models are already showing that we are seeing the presence of some shear and instability. So that's the thing that we're going to be keeping an eye on. The tornado threat is low, but it's not zero, and that goes for pretty much the entire viewing area. We'll be keeping an eye on that and whether those components come together for a few isolated spin-ups, but here's kind of that timing. So heading into your Friday, maybe a few trickles during the morning, but really most of that rain is going to move in later on during the evening and then going to wash out into your early Saturday morning before continuing to shift on over to the east. Now, since we have the chance for some severe weather and it's been a minute, might want to check off some things on your severe weather checklist, such as weather radio. Make sure it's got those batteries. You can download the Local 3 weather app and turn those notifications on. Of course, you can tune in with us live here at Local 3. Turn on those phone weather-enabled apps and just make sure family and friends are in the know. Not everyone is tuning into their TV. Some people don't like to deal with technology and aren't always checking their phones. So maybe you've got some people that you know aren't always staying up to date. You just want to let them know, keep everyone safe, and just sit. And always great to know where your safe shelter is. Now, after this system moves through, afterwards there could be some leftover moisture. With that, we could see the first flakes of the season. Now, this is one of the models that is showing a little bit more of an aggressive look to seeing some of those flurries. We have other models which are showing that moisture staying a little farther just to the northern communities, but we have the coldest air yet working into our viewing area. We have temperatures which are going to drop down into the 40s and 50s by the start of next week, with lows falling into the 30s and 20s. Higher elevations, you're going to be in the 20s. So it is going to be cold, and I'm talking bone-chilling, dangerously cold heading into the start of next week. Look at that. You're seeing 20s and the teens right there. So as we wrap this up, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. You want to stay weather aware heading into the weekend, Friday night into Saturday morning, and then cold air and the possibility for some flurries move through after. Back to you.
Alrighty. Thank you so much there, Hannah.